Now, Captain, and then Chief, you can jump in too. But I was thinking about, I think was it Midway out at the it was a big debate about whether or not they should release the videos of the officer that shot the guy that had the mental problems, homeless. I think it's homeless guy. Is that called the Midway area or whatever?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Now when we're talking about transparency, I think that kind of, especially, I don't know if the media was pushing that beyond where it should have gone, but it did kind of open up a can of worms in the sense of, is the police department being transparent, by hiding, not so much hiding, but not releasing and fighting to release those videos. They should have, some folks saying you should have just released the videos. Is there anything that we should understand that we don't understand about that?
Well, I think Chief Zimmerman's been very clear in that the department's made decisions about evidence. Mm-hmm. We don't release other evidence. And that video you're talking about was not a police video.
Right.
It was a piece of evidence as part of the case.
Okay, and so they have to hold that back because if a civilian was to record, they can post it on YouTube and it'd be all over the place, even though you don't want that out there. But as far as video that you've confiscated and have for the case and building a case and so on, if you're being sued or whatever else, you need that to hold that evidence until whenever you're allowed to release it. So let me ask a question, Chief. You can jump in here. I'm sure you probably followed it too. If that was the case, then why did the judge order that the tape be released?
Well, again, I don't have all the facts why it was ordered released. I assume that part of it was that the case had been adjudicated in court, I believe. There's still a civil lawsuit, I believe, in place. But again, it's pretty consistent up and down the state. Again, working with the California Chiefs Association, different attorneys, it is protected as evidence under the California Public Records Act. But we've had some early preliminary discussions, and that was in the paper, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Chief Zimmerman, District Attorney Bonnie DeManis, and Sheriff Gore, and myself, as with my previous role with county chiefs and at the state level.
Right.
And it's at some point, will probably be decided in the courts as far as when and how a video is released. But it's important that when you talk about the transparency and accountability, probably one of the most advanced technologies for law enforcement, again, I've been doing this for a long time, is body-worn camera. And we really embraced it, like San Diego. We actually started the field testing of body-worn cameras 4 years ago. 2 years ago, we were prepared to move forward, but it's expensive as far as the storage of the data. The camera itself is not, but so we finally moved forward about a year and a half ago, equipping all of our officers. And we, like every department, you see a reduction in use of force. It's good for both sides, police and community. A reduction in complaints that changes behavior for all involved. But that actually holds us even more accountable. The argument by the community is we don't see the video. At some point, they're going to see the video. Like in this case, at some point, the court is going to allow the video. In many cases, up and down the state, it's been after the case has been adjudicated in court. But it is being seen. Again, you have members of our community that serve on juries. They're going to see the video there. It's not going to be hidden away. It's reviewed by the district attorney. A lot of cases are handled by the attorney general at the state level. They're going to have access to that video. But it's important that the context is very important. As you know, if you might have 3 or 5 individuals videotape an incident, they're going to have different perspectives.
Exactly.
If they don't have the forensic information, if they don't have the witness statements, so you have to consider exactly enough you can form an opinion without having all the information. So it's really unfair for either the officer or members of our community. You can't be tried in public without having all that information. But again, that information is viewed by members of our community who serve on the jury.
Yeah. I know we have to find a way to build that trust and that transparent where the community believes that they're being transparent. Because when we heard about the body cameras coming out, we actually thought that that was going to be something we have access to, but realize now with the investigation, different things going on, you really don't. And so now it's okay. What do you? Even though you're not trying to hide anything, what a lot of times the public and the community begin to think is, what are you trying to hide? You don't want to release the video.
We have to keep in mind that even though it's normally critical information captured on that video, it's a very small part of the entire
whole story.
And we have to keep in mind we're going into contacts inside homes, inside businesses, and individuals are going through the worst crisis or worst situation. And again, it hasn't been fully adjudicated. And they might turn out they're fully innocent, yet that video is going to be seen 1 million times on YouTube, etc. So it's really trying to balance again the technology that promotes accountability and also protection of the citizens' privacy rights.
Okay.